everyone, it's Chris Grenier here with America Homes, and it's another episode of what I like to now call Coffee with Chris. So I got my coffee here on a Friday morning ready to go. So I'm going to hop right into it now, give you some news and some interesting facts about Orlando and all that other good stuff that you might not want to listen to, but I appreciate you taking the time anyways. Real quick, the report came out once again. Orlando home prices climb 8.7% year over year from July 2013, July 2014. So that basically means at the end of the day, if you waited another year to buy property or to refinance or to pretty much take advantage of the market, it's probably going to cost you close to 9% by the time you're done. But with that being said, there's still incredible value to be made here, and there's some great opportunities still available. Another thing that's really helping out the market, as I mentioned last week, was all of the construction that's going on in Orlando. Now, you might have seen some of the other things that I've released and that we sent out in terms of the billions of dollars going into not only downtown Orlando, but obviously the tourist area as well too, kind of by Disney, International Drive. But finally, if you've ever been to Orlando, you know the main interstate that cuts through Orlando is I-4, we call it, Interstate 4. So, long story short is, with the thousands of people moving here every single month, I-4 is becoming incredibly congested. So they finally approved and inked the deal to kickstart the $2.3 billion makeover to the highway, to the interstate. They're going to expand the lanes. They're going to obviously resurface it. They're going to add more on-ramps and off-ramps, and it's going to be much more flowing and convenient to travel from one end of the city to the other, which at the end of the day, Orlando is actually pretty small. You can pretty much get from end to end without any traffic in about 12 minutes. But with traffic, that's anywhere from 25 to 45, maybe even 60 minutes. So that's going to greatly reduce commuter time. It's going to increase the ease of travel. So you're going to really open up the market now for people that live 20 or 30 minutes away to work in, the Disney area or vice versa. Because from Disney to downtown Orlando, it's about a 25 to 30 minute ride. So it's very simple though. It's right off the interstate. It's not an issue at all. So a lot of people work between those two parts. So if you can shorten that drive, then everybody wins. One of the other things that I wanted to talk about real quick, I had a really interesting question. Somebody rose to me earlier this week, and they said, what are the two things that I should be worried about in terms of investing overseas? Not necessarily with us, but just in general, because they're from the UK and they're purchasing their first property. So I thought it was a pretty good question. Typically I always talk about the benefits, how great it is in terms of your returns, your value, your capital appreciation, etc. But what are the risks? What are the fears? So there are two that I personally thought of. One is a lot of folks, especially overseas, working with non-licensed real estate brokerages here in Florida. Buying property from companies that are based in the UK, in Portugal, in Spain, and other parts of Europe that have really no thoughts or specific knowledge on the property outside of what you know. They simply just get their property and information secondhand. So they could be adding ridiculous profits to the property or just telling you, false information. And another thing that people should be not only, I don't want to say concerned about, but at least aware about, is that it's not a perfect world. Circumstances and issues do arise over time with property in terms of minor maintenance, once in a blue moon tenant issues, and just things that you have to be aware of in terms of your expectations. So it's always good to be very optimistic, to be positive, and to really trust the system, but it's always good to be realistic as well. With that being said, I'm going to leave you with 3 really cool Disney facts like I did last time that are always interesting. Like I said before, I'm a huge Disney fan, and obviously that's what created Orlando and really made it what it is today. But one of the cool things is, if you've ever been to Magic Kingdom, you'll notice that it's a big wide open area. There are actually tunnels that go all throughout Magic Kingdom from one end to the other in every single corner where the cast members and the characters travel in between to get to from the entrance to other shops or rides that they're working at. Another cool fact is, if you go to Disney, I will personally pay you $1,000 if you can buy a pack of gum in any of the shops there, because Disney does not sell gum, chewing gum, anywhere in the premises. It's banned, strictly for cleanliness purposes because Disney obviously is a very sparkly, clean entity. And then finally, speaking of sparkly, clean entity, there's never a trash can more than 30 steps away from where you are in any Disney park. Every trash can is no more than 30 feet apart from each other. Again, keeps it very clean, keeps everybody motivated to throw away their trash and recyclables. So it's always good times to learn a little bit of fun trivia and facts here. So please feel free to get a hold of me at any time. I always love your questions and emails and feedback. Chris@AmericaHomesUK.com, or you can always call the office at 1-407-730-9330. We're here Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturdays to relax and just kind of hang out. And I look forward to hearing from you soon. And thank you for taking the time watching this.